What's going on, Shroot Stock Squad? Today is Saturday, April 17th, 2021, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about my investment strategy, the plans that I came up with, and everything in between in this current market because it's pretty volatile, and I know the move I made yesterday many people were upset with, but I want to explain it further and we'll go into that, all right? If you're new to the channel, guys, this is Shroot Stocks. I'm showing you my journey to $1 million openly and transparently. There's no screen cropping out. There's no BS. You do not find this anywhere else on YouTube, all right? You see me put my money where my mouth is, and all I ask in return is you just hit that like and subscribe button. Now let me get into this, all right? So, guys, all right, let's look at this. So I have Disney, Apple, Insidious. That's based on my portfolio. It's a 3-fund portfolio, effectively. And I don't think that I made it very clear what my strategy was exactly in the video yesterday. And I got a lot of hate comments. A lot of people were getting upset at me, saying some pretty rough and nasty things because I switched up the portfolio. You know, I have to say this, guys. I can take rough sayings and things like that. That's fine. You know, that's not what upsets me. What upsets me is the fact that you see someone here who's being open and transparent, and then you complain when other channels decide to not show this sort of transparency. Do you see the reason why they wouldn't? Okay, like, I'll take it. I don't need this channel to grow to whatever hundreds of subs. I'm fine with it. I just want to show like real life how this stuff works. But I need you to understand, when someone's showing open and transparency and these are the reactions, there's a reason why you won't find other channels doing this. Because think, what's their incentive if they get hate when stuff like this happens? But it's very easy for me to tell you, hold the red, hold the red, hold the red, and do this. And it's fine, and trust me, let me explain something. There's nothing wrong if you're holding plays that are going down red, red, red. It depends on what your goal is and your time frame. Okay, I need to emphasize that again. What's your goal and what's your time frame? That's why I made a switch up in this portfolio. So let me just explain everything here, and then hopefully this can clarify things, all right? So, okay. Right now, my portfolio, the entire goal of this portfolio, what do you keep reading in the titles, right? Journey to 1 million, all right? $1 million. If you go back to my original videos, what was my time frame? 2 years. Guys, I wanted this portfolio specifically, okay? This is not my entire portfolio. I want you to understand this. What you see in the Robinhood is not my entire accounts and everything, okay? It's this portfolio specifically where I started with 90K. I keep this stuff open and transparent for a reason. I started with 90K and I'm looking to grow this thing into $1 million, all right? In 2 years time frame, because I want to hit this in the portfolio by the time I'm 30. That's my goal. If I don't meet it, I don't meet it. If whatever happens, happens. That's what I'm trying to show you, okay? Now, what happened somewhere along the way as I was documenting this journey, you know, I was initially doing Zomedica, I did CTRM, I did Rocket Mortgage. And you go back, I was one of the first people to call this one out. But I did, in the beginning, what I was doing was going from play to play to play to play. That's how I was doing it, all right? Because I needed this account. This account needs to bounce 10x in 2 years, guys. That is a very risky thing to do. Nobody, if I could confidently say I could 10x my account in 2 years, trust me, you would be seeing me on news headlines somewhere if I could be doing this consistently. There's no one who can do it. The reason why they can't is because it's risky. So what I think I'm trying to do is do it in the least riskiest way possible with the most reward. You follow what I'm saying? I never claim to be the smartest investor. I never claim to be the richest. What I do say, though, is I have learned a very good amount of risk to reward ratios, okay? And what I ended up noticing when I was doing all of these plays with Zomedica, CTRM, Rocket, many of my subscribers and Discord Patreon members, they were following the moves the same way that I was doing. You guys were putting 50% of your portfolio into a stock like Zomedica or Rocket Mortgage or CTRM. I was doing that in this portfolio specifically. Okay, I was doing that in this portfolio because this has a different goal in mind than what yours may be. Because if your only portfolio is the one thing that you're working with, and your net worth is whatever X amount, you can't be doing half of your net worth into a penny stock, guys. That's not smart. That's not correct. And that's what led me to create that beginner investment video, where I talk about that whole thing of a cake, where you see a foundation layer, and then you end up seeing a middle layer, and then you ended up doing a frosting layer. This is what I do in my own investing, okay? My Robinhood portfolio is just a chunk for me. My foundations, my middle stocks, these are not being touched in this account, guys. This is not being touched there. So what I ended up noticing is a lot of people weren't investing correctly, and that's why I decided to show you in one of those. I forgot the date of the video. I don't recall it, but it's in one of the videos where I switched up the entire portfolio allocation, and that's where I decided to go with to show you guys an example of how this thing could look like, of foundation with that's where I had my what's it called, Neo, Skills. I don't think Skills was in the foundation, I'm not sure, but Neo, MP, Palantir, etc. All of those things were in there. Then the middle, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? That's the recent videos. This example that I'm showing you right here, of this whole cake analogy, whatnot, this is not going to build you $1 million portfolio in 2 years. Unless you're starting with a lot of money to begin with. It's not going to be doing that. But what this does is build you for a long-term foundation of wealth, guys. That's why I decided to demonstrate that. But you see, what I've noticed during the last few weeks especially, this is not going to be able to get me to the goal that I was initially set up at, which was what? 1 million in 2 years. So I had to switch it up. Now, let me explain the strategy, because I had people on the Discord reach out to me to explain this thing further, and they said my video didn't explain it well enough. Okay, and I could judge from the comments that I was getting to. So right now, you saw my portfolio sitting in what? Disney, Apple, and Sidious. Okay? These are the 3 plays. This has a catalyst in 2 weeks. This also has a catalyst in 2 weeks. This also has a catalyst in 2 weeks. Do you see, guys? I'm trying to ride out the momentum waves like this. And this is not to say I'm holding Disney for the remainder of this portfolio. People are telling me in the comments that you're not going to get rich just off of Disney and Apple. You're a fraud. You're doing this. I agree. I'm not getting rich off of Disney and Apple. I'm not going to hit $1 million by just holding them. I'm not planning to hold them long term in this portfolio, guys. I really want to emphasize this. I'm not looking to hold them long term. I'm looking to ride this wave out for the next 2 weeks. Other catalysts that I have on my list that I'm watching out for, Palantir is having their earnings come out in I forgot the date off the top of my head, but it's in early May. So this could push the stock up. So why not ride that thing out? We saw what happened with the demo day, right? Demo day pushed the stock up a little bit, and you could have made 5-10% gains. You could have cashed out, rinse and repeat into a different play, and then keep doing that, guys. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm not looking to hold these plays all long term throughout the rest of the 2 years of this journey. What I'm looking to do is ride momentum waves one by one and go like that. Now, I am fully aware right now, okay? People were asking me, right now, yeah, Apple and Disney are doing well and they're doing all this. What are you going to do if, let's say, MP decides to take off? What are you going to do when, whatever, Neo decides to pick up? I may miss the wave on that, okay? That's why I tell you, it really depends on what you're trying to do right now in your, what your portfolio is looking at and how much money you're allocating and where everything is at, right? So for me, what I may end up missing the boat. Next week, there's a chance. Let's just say Kathy Wood comes out and she makes some big announcement. She's investing a crap ton of money into Palantir, right? Let's just say Kathy Wood comes out next week. She's investing a lot of money and doing a lot of stuff into Palantir. That could send this thing skyrocketing. I can't predict what Kathy Woods is about to do next. Elon Musk could make a tweet about Neo and send that thing flying. I can't control that. I can't predict that though. You see, what I can understand and what I could predict though are certain catalysts that are in their pipeline, such as Cydius releasing news about their phase 3 results, Apple's earnings reports coming out, Disney relaunching certain their parks and whatnot. I can predict those things. And now what I could also predict is an earnings report to come out. I can predict some of these things to come out for some of these stocks. And what I'm looking to do is this: once I can start seeing catalysts come in play, I want to be shifting the money into those different things. And so let me also explain something. Disney, Apple, CTXR. If you look at my account, I can show it again here. Let me show you again. I want to emphasize this. Disney, I put roughly how much of the money in? I put roughly 40,000 sitting into this one, roughly 40,000 sitting into Apple, and then I think I got like 30 or so sitting into Cydius Pharmaceuticals. Okay, so the way I've based this this account here is 70% is sitting in these stocks, and then let's just say 30 is sitting in Cydius. These are safer plays than Cydius. Do you follow what I'm saying? Disney and Apple are safer plays, even though they're and you see, I understand even though they have catalysts, those catalysts aren't going to make Disney skyrocket the way it could. It's not going to make Disney double in value at all. Apple's not going to double overnight, things like that. So these may be, let's just say 5 to 10% in both of those. This one can be much more than that. Let's just say 20%. I'm not sure what the price is going to be, but I'm conservative on it. 70% of the money is going to be growing at this rate. 30% is going to be able to grow at a faster rate, guys. And this is how I do risk management. So when I get out of Disney and Apple, okay, once I ride out those momentum waves, and let's just say the next one I want to go into is Palantir, and let's just say I haven't come up with the list of what's going to be the next one in line and things like, this stuff changes every, day to day, quite honestly, or week to week, especially what plays you want to get into. But so the way I'm trying to do the risk management on it is I'm trying to write out catalyst waves, of course, but I want the 70% of the money to be in safer catalyst plays. Safer catalyst plays. And then the 30%, this can be in riskier plays. Obviously, I'm trying to go for the safest part of because you see, the riskier it is, the higher the growth potential, and you can kind of go it like that. Also, this is where the risk management strategies come in with trailing stop losses and stop limit order, things like that. So this is where we talk about pharma plays, the penny stocks, etc. That's how I'm trying to ride this thing out. Okay, that's why I get kind of upset when I was seeing these comments. People call me fraud, phony. Like, there's a lot of I'm not upset. Like, I'm not taking it to heart or anything like that. But you guys aren't really understanding where I'm coming from, and maybe I didn't do a good job on it. And I'll take the ownership on that. Maybe I didn't explain it well enough. Because where I'm looking to grow this portfolio, it's not going to occur in this sort of time frame. And right now, I'm just talking about 2 weeks, guys. This is just 2 weeks I'm talking about. There's a very good chance I'm going to be back in Neo. There's a very good chance I'm going to be back in Skills. There's a very good chance I'm going to be back in MP. All of those other plays, that I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's a very good chance I'm going to be back inside of those plays. It's just right now, I don't see a reason that they're going to spike on Monday. Let's just say that. I don't see a reason for them to spike on Tuesday. And they may very well do it. Like I said, Kathy Woods or Elon can make a tweet, or Chamath can do something, and then boom, it's going to skyrocket. We saw Clover the other day just go up like 30%. I can't predict those sort of things, right? So we miss out on those sort of waves, okay? That's why what I'm looking to do is just go into the plays that I could see the catalyst for, and then rinse and repeat like that. That's what I was doing way from the beginning. If I go back here, where was I don't know where it is, but right here. This is what I was doing with the Zomedicas, with the CTRMs, with the Rocket mortgages. That's what I was trying to do with it. This Rocket mortgage is one of, like, if you remember back to when I made that play. I got into this just because I knew their earnings were coming up, and I knew their earnings were going to do well, and I knew that would have likely pushed the stock up. I could not have predicted that they were going to be doing that dividend offer at the time, right? But that was just some other thing that I got to play off of. And then the short squeeze, there were a lot of factors that came into it. But you see, I was just looking to write out that an earnings report play. Same thing I did with the FedEx one, if you go back. That's the way this portfolio is the only way this thing could actually grow to the rate that I need it to be. I don't mean to disappoint you guys and make you feel like I abandoned ship or did anything like that. I am just shifting the money into different allocations because my goals are different in this sort of thing. If you guys are still building a foundation and following the principles I listed out here, I personally think this is what I've done to succeed in the market over time. This is the reason why I'm even able to create this channel as is. If you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of other channels you can find which will give you a lot of different stock picks. There's many channels that can give you new stocks day in and day out. Okay, there's many channels that can give you a brand new hot stock of the day. I'm the only one who's actually showing you the real deal and giving you the reality of the situation. And I'm sorry, and I'll apologize, quite honestly. I did not mean to disappoint so many people by making this switch up from Disney to Apple and Insidious. I need to be riding out momentum waves to get this portfolio to grow up. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that's kind of how I have to ride this thing. I am extremely bullish on Palantir, guys. If you're in Palantir right now, I think by the end of the year it's going to do very well. The thing is, I don't know when the lowest point is going to be, and I don't know when it's going to hit its catalyst to push its price back up. Okay, and that's the thing. I may miss the boat on it. I may not be able to time it to be at the very bottom. Nobody can ever time the bottom of it. But you see, I don't think in the next 2 weeks this is going to be, there's a catalyst coming for Palantir, which whereas in these stocks I can actually see the catalyst for. So I'm shifting the money like that. I'm moving play in and play out and doing those sort of things. That's what I was doing a lot in the beginning of the portfolio, and that's how I was writing things out. This is not to say you guys should be doing the same thing, all right? I don't intend for that to happen, and this is kind of where I wanted to explain what the video is going to to hopefully clarify everything that happened yesterday, guys. I got a lot of dislikes and hate for it, and I'm fine with that. You guys don't need to like the video, because I can understand you were upset that, hey, this guy's abandoning ship just like everyone else does, and that's sad, and that's really sad, because you know why that's sad? Because the finance YouTube sector has gotten so bad that you guys are so not used to seeing this sort of transparency where people are doing this, and you're so used to seeing people just jump ship and commit so much fraud, that this is the first thing that goes into your head. And I don't blame you. I truly don't blame you. It's so many people have cheated on the system like this, and they've taken advantage of investors like that. They've really taken advantage of the fact that people are falling in for their strategies, they're falling in for their channel, and then they're going to start pulling some shady stuff. So the second you see me do any of this stuff, I can get it. That's where your mind is first going to go. I'm just going to tell you, I'm still going to be documenting this journey day in and day out like I always have been. I welcome all the love and I welcome all the hate. Please, I don't welcome hate, but I welcome any of the constructive criticism. Okay, I welcome the constructive criticism. All right, you guys are still my family. You know what I always say, right? I'm showing you this journey all the way up to $1 million, good times and bad times, and this is just one of the bad times. And hey, I'm okay. I'm still rocking with you, fam. All right. Like always, stay happy, stay healthy. Let's get wealthy.